Are we expecting Aaron?
All right, we can go ahead and get started so we can remain on time. I'd like to call this special meeting to order. And can you go ahead and do roll call?
Councilmember Gary,
Here.
Councilmember McQuay,
Here.
Councilmember Nason,
Here.
Vice Mayor Tiedemann is,
Here.
All
and
right,
Mayor
thank you,
Jordan.
Ann.
Here.
Are there any comments? I don't know how many people are here. No? No? Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and go into closed session. Thank you. right. We have concluded our special meeting, and now we will start our regular meeting with the roll call. Ann, will you please?
Councilmember Gary,
Here.
Councilmember McQuay. Here. Councilmember Nason,
Here.
Vice Mayor Tiedemann,
Here.
and Mayor Jordan.
Here.
Thank you so much, Ann. I'll go ahead and read the land acknowledgement. The following land acknowledgement statement shall be read at the beginning of each city council meeting. The City of Albany recognized that we occupy the land originally protected by the Confederate villages of Lejeune. We acknowledge the genocide that took place on these lands and must make strides to repay the debt that is owed to this indigenous people, specifically the Ohlone tribe. We thank them for their contributions, which have transformed our community and will continue to bring forth growth and unity. The City of Albany is committed to sustaining ongoing relationships with the tribe, and together build a better future for all that now make this their home. All right, we'll go to line item number 3, the City Attorney.
Thank you. There's no reportable action.
Thank you so much. And now we're down to line item number 5, which is the City Manager's report.
Thank you. November election information, vote by mail ballots. The upcoming election is right around the corner on Tuesday, November 8th. Members of City Council and Board of Education will be elected by ranked choice voting. More information is available on our website at albanyca.org/RCV. And hard copies of registration forms are available at City Hall or Albany Library. You can also register to vote at registertovote.ca.gov. You can also, if you haven't received your ballot directly yet, go to the website link where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov. There are several ways to return the vote by mail ballot. You can send it by USPS mail, as long as it's postmarked by November 8th, 2022. We also have a 24-hour drop box right in the rear entrance of City Hall, and several ballot drop stop events will be held by Alameda County, one at Ocean View Park, 900 Buchanan Street on October 21st and 26th between 10 to 4, and more will be announced as they are scheduled. You can also cast your vote at the Albany County Accessible Vote Center, which is located at Albany Community Center and Church on the Corner on November 5th through November 8th. A reminder of a event coming up, Parents' Night Out, for those that are so interested. Friday is Parents' Night Out. The event will run from 6 to 9:30 at the Albany Community Center. Registration is open, but filling quickly. Parents get a chance to enjoy an evening alone, and kids the opportunity to play with friends, enjoy activities, watch a movie, and eat popcorn. So visit our website or call 510-524-9283 for more information. For those of you that may have driven by City Hall, or actually our fire department, this Saturday, October 15th, you probably saw an incredibly large crowd backed by popular demand, the open house and pancake breakfast. Just a huge thank you again to our firefighter team who volunteered their Saturday to make this event happen, and really all the planning that went up to it. We're so glad with the great turnout. They served more than 800 breakfasts and raised over $2,000 for charity. An update on the tree felling on Albany Hill. As shared in recent months, the city's project to address the declining blue gum eucalyptus on the hill is progressing well. In addition to the Coastal Conservancy grant awarded for development of a large-scale forage management and habitat restoration plan, city staff have also partnered with CAL FIRE and Bay Area Redwood for a pilot project addressing a small portion of currently dead and dying trees. In September, CAL FIRE hand crews felled about 15 dead or dying trees on the hill. And we also partnered with Bay Area Redwood to mill about 10 logs from 3 large trees that were deemed to be in good enough condition to be repurposed. We also have a project with Scouts working on their Eagle projects, as well as our ongoing service agreement with Urban Tilt to continue the work on the hill. You can see more by accessing our website, as it's shown here, albanyca.org, construction alerts. I am very pleased to share with the residents who are probably already seeing it themselves that East Bay Mud is conducting much-needed pavement restoration work on some bumpy streets in town. So thank you to our staff for helping move that along, and it'll be great to have those streets back in better shape. A reminder that the Film Fest is October 4th through 13th, 7 to 9:30 p.m. Interesting. October 4th through 6th, and the 11th through the 13th from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Albany Film Fest was thrilled to be back at the Twin Theater on Solano Avenue for 6 shows between October 4th through 13th, which have already passed. All the films included in the Film Fest are available for view free on the Albany Film Fest website until October 23rd, which is featured here as well. And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now we'll move down to the good of the city for public comment. We'll open it up. Each public member will have 3 minutes to speak on an item that is not listed on the agenda. And if you'll go ahead and let them in.
If anyone would like to speak for public comment, please raise your hand.
No?
No?
Okay. Wait, no. You do have one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You do have one, yeah.
Hi, this is Margie Marks. There was an incident that happened in Albany recently that is extremely disturbing. A black child was chased through the streets by a man on foot and a woman in her car. The child thought she was going to be killed. The police were called, and I believe their response was not adequate. The City Council put off forming the police oversight until next year. In light of that, I asked the council to put this on the agenda and form a subcommittee to investigate. Obviously, it was not put on the agenda. The family should not be left to their own devices to deal with this issue. I realize they are in touch with the police chief, but this is a community issue, and we as a community need to deal with this. We can't let this go on in our community and not take any action. We had an Instagram incident that happened at the high school, I don't know how many years ago, but I've been in forums with black parents who to this day feel that their children got no justice. And I think unless the community deals with this as a community, it's something that, 5 or 6 years from now, people are still going to be talking about in Albany. And I wish the council would have done something. You didn't do it. I mean, there were a lot of us that thought you should have formed that police oversight. Let them get started. Tell them it was only temporary, that they might only be on it for 2 months, but they could at least get going. But that didn't happen. So it's up to you, council, to do something. And I hope that you do it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comment.
That's all.
That's it. Thank you. All right, we'll move down to line item number 7 to the consent calendar. Check with the council members. Is there any item you would like to have pulled? All right, we'll go out to the public. All right, I'll go ahead and get a motion.
I'll move consent.
Seconded.
All right, can we get a roll call? Moved by Councilwoman Quaid and second by Vice Mayor Tiedemann. Go ahead with a roll call.
Mayor Jordan,
Yes.
Councilmember McQuay,
Yes.
Councilmember Nason,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Tiedemann,
Yes.
and Councilmember Gary.
Yes.
That motion carries.
All right, thank you. Now we're moving down to line item number 9, which is a public hearing, and I'll turn it over to staff.
time is up. Thank you for your patience, Council. My name is Jeff Bond, the Community Development Director. I'm here this evening on this agenda item to discuss the Satellite Affordable Housing Project. It's a project that we've been working on since 2018 to develop a city-owned parcel for an affordable housing project. The project will be located at the corner of Cleveland Avenue and Washington Avenue and will include 62 units of housing. Pursuant to state mandates, the planning application was approved in December of 2019, and the City Council in October of 2020 approved a land disposition development and funding agreement. And we're presently working to finalize the close of escrow on that project that we expect to have happen in the next month or so. The financing of affordable housing projects in California is quite complicated. One of the key sources of funding is the low-income tax credit program. And utilizing this program, SAHA has arranged for the California Municipal Finance Authority to serve as an issuer of tax-exempt revenue bonds in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $35 million. The proceeds of these bonds will be used to finance a significant portion of the development of the project. The California Municipal Finance Authority, CMFA, is a joint powers authority formed to assist local governments, nonprofit organizations, and businesses with the issuance of both taxable and tax-exempt debt. The bonds to be issued by CMFA for this project will be the sole responsibility of SAHA. The city will have no financial, legal, moral obligation, liability, or responsibility for the project or the repayment of the bonds associated with this financing. In order for the CMFA bonds to qualify as tax-exempt, federal law, the Federal Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act, does require the City Council to conduct this public hearing, providing opportunity for members of the public to speak in favor or against the use of tax-exempt bonds. So with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions. I believe we also have representatives of CMFA available for technical questions, as we do a representative of SAHA.
All right, thank you, Jeff. I'll open it up to the council for discussion, questions. Go ahead.
So not having been in this position before, is there any downside to approving this? And I don't mean from the city's perspective, because my understanding is there's no liability incurred to the city either way. But why would a legislative body not approve something like this?
I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to do this. This is a procedural step. I suppose its intent is to make sure that the funders of the project have a project that the community wants. And this is certainly one of those, I believe. But in this particular context, I can't imagine that there would be a reason not to approve the resolution before you, which is just acknowledging the public hearing and that the project is approved by the city. The financing of the project is approved by the city.
Thank you. I think you actually gave a reason why a body wouldn't approve it. Probably not this body, but a body somewhere for some project. So thank you.
All right, any other questions?
Yeah, a member of the public made a comment by email asking for detail on the financing, and I was curious, can we provide them with the information that they were requesting? I'm not asking that we go over it here and now, but can we answer that?
I do have the details on that. I'd be happy to provide it to the member of the public. I'll copy the city manager so that council can be aware of that as well. There are a total of 11 different sources of funding that are going into this project, but this tax-exempt financing, this tax credit, the tax-exempt financing is almost half of the project.
Great.
Thank you. Any other questions? All right, we'll go to the public.
Hi, it's Margie Marks again, calling in for Albany Thrives Together. As citizens of Albany, we are totally in favor of this program, and the way that you're financing it, we think is wonderful, and please proceed. And we understand they're breaking ground in December, and we're really looking forward to that. Thank you, City Council, for moving this forward.
Thank you so much for your comment. Anyone else?
That's it.
All right, I'll bring it back to the council. Any further deliberation? Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Seconded.
Oh, can I just say one thing before we
Go ahead.
go too far? I think we need to be careful about saying we'll break ground in December. While I would love to see that happen, that seems perhaps a bit ambitious. How about soon?
Okay, the motion was carried by Council.
Yes, and to specify, I'm
Mason.
moving the staff recommendation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And second by Vice Mayor Tiedemann. And please, roll call.
Councilmember Gary,
Yes.
Mayor Jordan,
Yes.
Councilmember McQuay,
Yes.
Councilmember Nason,
Yes.
and Vice Mayor Tiedemann.
Yes.
The motion carries.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll move down to line item number 10. It's unfinished business. I'll turn that over to staff again. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Jeff Bond, the Community Development Director. And if I could have you run the slides for me, I'd appreciate that.
Can you turn the lights down a little bit because there's a glare? Please. Thank you.
Okay, if you go on to the next image. There we go. Thank you. So the action before the City Council this evening is consideration of approval of a design for a rainbow crosswalk installation at Cornell Avenue and Solano Avenue. This is the image on the screen is looking to the southeast. Cornell School there is in the top middle. The arrow is pointing towards the crosswalk. The right-hand side of the crosswalk is near Tata Cafe, and the roof that you're looking at the bottom middle of the screen is the post office, just to get you located. Back in July, the City Council approved a motion directing staff to work with the Transportation Commission to develop, as a city project, a plan for installation of thermoplastic redwood rainbow crosswalk across the south leg of Cornell Avenue at Solano Avenue. And as is stated in a report to the City Council prepared by Councilmember McQuaid, for the past several years, community members, including Albany's Pride, have created chalked rainbows at various locations on city streets celebrating June as Pride Month. And Councilmember McQuaid noted that the creation of a permanent crosswalk would help demonstrate Albany's commitment to supporting the visibility, dignity, and equity of all people in our community. The paving of Cornell between Washington and Marin is included, including this crosswalk, is scheduled to begin later this year. On your consent calendar, you approved that project this evening. The pavement project provides an opportunity to apply the proposed crosswalk to fresh pavement that's less likely to be disturbed by utility work in the near future. The Transportation Commission did discuss this at a recent meeting, and in preparation for that discussion, we did send out public notice to businesses and property owners in the immediate area. And they approved the recommendation of to the City Council of a rainbow crosswalk at the intersection, and also suggested considering the southern crossing at Talbot Avenue at Solano Avenue for a similar treatment, basically on the other side of the school. I will note that, just for the record, the Federal Highway Administration has taken the position that colored pavement and crosswalks is not authorized because many of the colors, they believe, may distract people and give a false sense of security to motorists and pedestrians. We've done some research on this, and rainbow crosswalks have been installed in many, many locations in the United States and internationally. To our knowledge, there's no published documentation that the installation of crosswalks of this nature have created a safety impact. And relatively recently, Bloomberg Philanthropy published a study, Asphalt Art Safety Study, which found significantly improved safety performance across a variety of measures when asphalt was installed. And in particular, they looked at 17 different sites for crash rates and 5 different sites for pedestrian and motorist behavior. Next slide, please, Ann. So the city's typical preferred crosswalk design is shown on the screen. It's called 444, and we're doing that wherever possible. It provides both enhanced crosswalk visibility and also pathways that can be smoother, and a pathway through the middle that can be smoother for those who are such as wheelchair or people that want to avoid this sometimes slippery thermoplastic material. The challenge was finding a mix between this configuration and the rainbow colors. There are a variety of rainbow color flags that are used, the most common being the traditional 6 horizontal stripes. Our flag outside is a different configuration with, but in looking at this particular installation on this intersection, if you can go to the next slide, what we're recommending is the basic yellow stripes, which is the basic crosswalk. It needs to be yellow because it's adjacent to a school. And then utilizing the rainbow flag colors in the middle to represent the 444 design. And with that, be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Thank you so much. Any council members? Go ahead.
Yeah, from my watching the Transportation Commission, I think I recall that they recommended another location for Rainbow Crosswalk on Talbot on the south side of Solano as well. I don't know if you could fill in more on that recommendation or.
If you wanted to give us direction to include that, we're perfectly happy to do that. I would note that we didn't notice that immediate radius. Now, that's not a legal mandate. It's not a noticing that's required in the municipal code. It's a good practice we try to do. So if you wanted us to revisit that with the Transportation Commission with notice to people in the immediate neighborhood, we could certainly do that. The actual installation of these crosswalks, whether it's one or both of them, will happen later in the spring towards the end of the paving project. That's usually one of the last things that happens with the paving project. So there's time to do that if you'd like us to.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I'll go ahead and take it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't see you.
If you were to notice for Talbot, does it need then to come back to transportation, back to us? Could we simply say, we'd like to do it unless there's negative comments from the public or something like that, so we don't have to keep coming back?
I think.
Sorry to interrupt. We just were very specific with our agenda description on the locations, so we could, I think it could come back. Maybe it would be a consent calendar item.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and open it up for public comment.
Hi, I guess I'm the only one, but I'm making it quick. It's Margie again. I think this is a great project. Jeff Bond stated that one of the reasons was to celebrate our diversity. I completely agree with that. But in light of that, I would really like the council to do a Black Lives Matter somewhere on city property, whether it's on a crosswalk or somewhere else. But it's nice to walk on the Ohlone Greenway in El Cerrito, and there's a Black Lives Matter. To see that, and I would like to see it someplace in Albany. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your comment.
That's all.
That's it. All right, I'll bring it back to the council. All right, can I get a motion?
I'll move the council approve the design for Rainbow Crosswalk installation at Cornell and Solano.
Second.
All right, it's been moved by Councilwoman McQuaid and Councilmember Nason. Second. Go ahead, please.
Vice Mayor Tiedemann,
Yes.
Councilmember Gary,
No.
Mayor Jordan,
Yes.
Councilmember McQuay,
Yes?
Councilmember Nason.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much, Ann. We'll move to the new business
Wait,
line.
did you want to take action or provide some direction on Talbot, or is that appropriate, or?
I thought Mala didn't want us to
Yeah, that she
say that word again.
We need.
Okay.
Is that-
Okay.
Am I correct, Mala? We can't even give direction?
Maybe for
You could
agenda.
ask for it to come back, or,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that your real direction is, though, to the Transportation Commission, right? That is the preference.
Right.
Okay,
All right.
so you've got that?
That will be a staff initiative.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, we'll move down to line number 11, new business. Go ahead and give it to staff again.
If you give me a minute.
Good evening, council. What we're bringing to you for new business today is an update to the salary schedule. There are two items in this update. One is the update of the APOA, or Albany Peace Officers Association MOU, and that the Memorandum of Understanding, the union contract. They have a contracted increase that we're bringing. And then the second item is an increase to the unrepresented staff for a cost of living adjustment of 3%. The last time there was a cost of living adjustment for unrepresented was last November. So we're bringing it back to you to be effective in this November.
Okay, thank you so much, staff. Open it up for questions for council. All right, we'll take it to the public.
None.
Bring it back to the council. Can I get a motion?
I'll move that the council adopt resolution number 2022-109.
Second.
Moved by Vice Mayor Tiedemann. Councilmember Nason, second. We can get a roll call?
Councilmember McQuay?
Yes.
Councilmember Nason?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Tiedemann?
Yes.
Councilmember Gary?
Yes.
Mayor Jordan?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you so much for your report.
Thank
Now
you
we're
all.
down to line item number 12, the council subcommittee reports, council member reports. Let's start off with Mayor Jordan.
I attended the Mosquito Abatement District Board meeting. Nothing particular to report from that. And I want to thank Councilmember Nason for attending in my stead I think it's Programs and Administration meeting of Stop Waste, because I had a work conflict.
All right, thank you. Council member McQuaid?
Okay, thank you. I attended a meeting of the Housing Commission, Chamber Mixer, a United Against Hate planning meeting, but I want to really call out last weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday evening was the Film Fest Gala, Saturday was the Pancake Breakfast, Sunday was the Albany Try. It felt like we'd stepped back 3 years in time, except we all looked a little worse for wear. It was so wonderful to have a whole weekend of different, fun, community activities, and I really want to thank everybody that participated, everybody that worked so hard to put these on. It was really great to see everybody, to see real people having fun. That's it.
Thank you so much. Council member Nason, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to second that emotion. And also, I'd like to thank Mayor Jordan for the chance to attend a Stop Waste meeting. It felt particularly like a privilege because the subject was SB 1383, and Albany's own Lizzie Carrot, our sustainability manager, made an excellent presentation and really acquitted Albany well. I think we've heard the substance of Albany's program before, but it was wonderful to hear more about it and to see it shared with the entire Stop Waste Board. I've also been attending Alameda County Transportation Commission meetings, the Financial Committee meetings, and the Programs and Policy meetings. And I'm sorry. I'm on the Projects Subcommittee, no longer on Policy and Programs. But we very rarely do anything that has very direct impact on Albany. We've been working on the executive director's contract in recent meetings, and there have been issues with 680, various things that are probably too removed from Albany to spend time on here. The one thing that I wanted to flag was for anybody who doesn't normally travel on the freeway or south of Albany to go by, take a look at the Gilman. The progress on the Gilman overpass is really quite spectacular. Overpass, pedestrian and bicycle overpass. And I think that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor Tiedemann.
I also attended the Film Fest Gala, which was a lot of fun, and attended the Alameda County Mayor's Homeless Working Group on the 12th, where I wasn't able to attend the entire meeting, but what I was there for, we got an update on the process for replacing our continuum of care administrator for the county, which is ongoing.
All right, thank you so much. I don't have anything to report. All right, I'll go to future agenda items. Vice Mayor Tiedemann? Councilmember Nason? No?
Nothing from me. I can't believe how fast this meeting is going. This is not my intent when.
That's fine, that's fine. But for me, I do, I be careful with my words. I think it's important that we really focus on bringing the rental initiative back to our renters so we can do something to help with the COVID money, the ARP money that we received. I know we've been back and forth, but I think it's so important that we get this done. And if we can get it done the first council meeting in November 7th, that would be great. And I think our residents and renters would really appreciate that moving forward. It looks like the governor has moved to remove the emergency because of COVID in February, so we just don't know what that looks like, and I would hate for renters to get evicted if the moratorium is lifted as well. So I think a more proactive approach towards this would really help. That's all I have for our future agenda. All right, we are down to line item number 14. Oh, hold on. Any members in the public for future agenda? No, okay. So we're down to line item number 14. That's announcements, city meetings. Please govern yourself to the upcoming meetings. With that said, I would like to thank Mayor Jordan for this opportunity. I want to thank the council members. I definitely want to thank staff. I also want to thank the voters who supported me during my tenure as mayor last year and as councilwoman, and those that didn't. It definitely made me build tough skin, so I appreciate that. And with that said, I am tendering my resignation. Most high willing, my last day of service will be November 7th. And I ask that you respect my privacy and my decision, because it was a tough decision, but it needed to be made. And so I will work with the city manager, city attorney on ending my tenure here. And with that said, meeting adjourned. Good night.